Right. So we return to our adventuring party, as they probably wishing they took a few days to relax and recharge. After the traumatic experience near the end of travel to their destination, they found themselves in the morally ambiguous city of Wildshore, a city preparing for war despite what the rest of the Sword Coast is doing. Apparently feeling threatened by the ongoing conflicts further down south, the conscription of the city's population is in full effect. It is, however, making some effort to shelter those of higher standing by keeping them in its dock district, whilst the soldiers are being shipped out. Despite being told only 2 more days left, the party quickly found out this is it's apparently only been 2 days for the past month, as boats of soldiers have been shipped out. This information was gleaned from an old acquaintance of Ray's, one she seemed keen on avoiding. However, he seemed to have some plan to leave and requested the party join him if they wish. Despite this, they decided to scale some houses. Although most were relatively stealthy in this procedure, a few stumbles and a near miss of a jump led to 2 guards noticing your antics. In an effort to get away, you were able to hold one of the guards in place. Unfortunately, the other was just able to slip past. You now find yourselves outside the dock district. The waterlogged city spreads out in front of you, with 2 guards having noticed you leaving and now nowhere to be seen. With more patrolling around the city, you must make your next moves carefully, Conduit. Venture forth. And I am going to quickly go close my bedroom door, because I forgot to do that. Sorry.
Guys,
I did the same thing.
so scared.
It'll be fine.
Alright, I'm back.
Absolutely nothing bad can happen.
Everything.
Oh yeah, also Nyx landed flat on her face and dealt damage to herself. Just
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry, I did it on my sheet. On my D&D Beyond sheet.
Oh yeah, we've got Pass Without a Trace on us, don't we?
Yes, you currently do.
Indeed we do.
Okay. Remember everyone, +10 to your stealth check.
Hey.
And we can't be tracked unless people use
By magical means.
Oh man.
Alright, so what do you guys do?
I guess since they're getting guards, we should hide, guys, maybe?
Yes.
Get going.
We'll try and hide.
Well, currently you're stood on essentially a stone walkway with a gate, I don't know, probably 200 feet to the left, with 2 guards sort of just stood around. A patrol has walked past and is now probably about in line with the gate and talking to these guards. You are stood on stone. There's a small drop off into the water. There isn't exactly anywhere for you to hide.
Assassin's Creed D&D edition. Can I hang on to the edge of the thing above the water? I'm not going to do that. That was for the sake of a joke.
Yeah, no, that's fine. There are houses around as well. The sort of raised stone has, in places, it periodically has wooden steps sort of leading down. You notice on the water surface there are posts stuck into the water with just floating planks of wood lashed together and just attached to these posts, which sort of bob up and down as the water does so. The mixture of the flow of the river meeting the tidal forces of the sea causes it to just sort of bob back and forth and up and down.
Oh man.
There are multiple of these, and they seem to form pathways, not ones which carts could go through, but ones which people could walk on. Both ends of these floating plinths are secured, so if you step on it, it's not going to just catapult. It can take your weight. There are houses. Some of them are pretty much stone straight into the water. Other are more wooden-based designs stuck on stilts. And there's bits of greenery, the odd tree, some waterlogged bushes, and the water itself is sort of a murky green and brown. It's delightfully coloured.
Ooh, kind of water I'm used to. Alright. So we're not in the 4 district yet.
You're literally just on the cusp of getting into it. It's essentially where it's a raised sort of stone pathway just to the edge of the wall, so you can sort of walk along the dock district, so guards can sort of patrol without getting all wet and mucky, and it leads into the rest of the city, which is essentially the rest of the which is essentially the poor district.
Whoop whoop. So we have to get down and get running. Or we'll be spotted if we get down.
There's a patrol which has walked past you. You can get onto the wooden plinths, and from what you saw on top of from what you saw on the airship when you arrived, there was 1 or 2 patrols heading throughout the floating city as it is.
Okay. I'm just worried, guys, if we stay here, that the guard that got
Yeah.
away will come back. And there'll be lots of them.
Well,
And the,
you and Vincent know how to sneak about in a city, right?
yeah. I think
Any
so.
ideas?
Blend in.
Okay. So we
Okay.
take some guard uniform.
I mean, there's got to be loads of empty houses if they've been shipping people off. We could always duck into one of them.
On this side?
On the other side, if we get across.
Yes.
Hang on.
Yeah,
hang on. I should probably draw this.
Please do. My brain dumb.
So you have the wall, which you guys have just jumped down, which is made up of like the backs of houses and walls sort of erected. So, and then there are periodic gates, which you can get into the docks. There is this stone walkway, which is, I don't know, about 30 feet wide, maybe 20.
Mhm.
And then you've got periodically, you sort of got like, going down onto docks, you sort of have stairs, and then you got the wooden floating platforms.
Yes.
And these just make paths which lead through all the houses. So you are literally right next to houses, and these act as paths.
Okay, I see now. Yeah, there's paths above that. Higher
So
up
they
from
are
the house.
floating pathways, and you are right next to more houses, but you are currently here.
Okay. And there was guards.
And the rest of the city is essentially like that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Does make sense. Okay. That explains why Nyx is so used to sleeping on roofs as well. Not gonna sleep on the ground and that.
You'd be floating if you slept on the ground.
Yeah.
Or drowning.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe both.
Probably both. Okay. Right. So where did you say there was some guards? Sorry.
Further down in that direction, there's a gate where the patrol you saw past is currently stood talking. And you can see that they do make somewhat regular passes along here, so there'll probably be another one along here in the next 5 minutes or so.
Over there real quickly then. Okay, so we could if we drop.
So when I sort of said you were out in the open, I meant like you can easily see up and down this stretch of stone, but like literally just going into these houses and you're hidden again, if that makes sense.
Oh, let's get moving.
Should we just make a run for it?
Quietly, but yes. Just run for it and then
quietly run for it.
We'll run a bit and then we'll duck into a house a bit further away, because if we duck into a house nearby, they'll probably search them.
Okay.
Okay, sound good, guys?
Shall we do that?
Yep, let's go. Let's run.
All right, cool. I mean, if we fail, we risk getting drafted into the army. So
Hey, it'll be fine.
everyone knows how much I love the army.
Ray's already in too.
We're already in the Misguard. Ray's
Yeah,
part
but that's
of our
like
kingdom's army.
that's like, army life. That's bearable, and it comes with really nice perks.
True. War does not sound pleasant.
Anyway,
let's get out of here.
before they arrive, let's get out.
It's just okay. So we're just gonna get across there.
So you're going to use the sort of wooden paths laid out for you?
Yeah, and then maybe climb across a few houses, then duck into a house.
All right. Well, Nick, since you know the city, why don't you make an investigation check?
Woo! Hell yeah.
And you can all make stealth checks again. See if you can get rid of that
Cool.
natural 1, Eryn.
Oh, yeah, well, we still have the +10, don't we?
Yeah, you still have the +10.
And just add 10 to that. Holy
Oh,
shit.
man, we're good.
Well, 2 33s. What else do we have? A 16.
Oh.
Ooh, actually, wait. Yeah, a 16.
No,
Nice.
that one of them's raised and one of them's
Am I
missing.
at disadvantage?
Yeah, you're in clinky clanky armor.
Clinky clank. Same roll?
Yeah, well, it's
Right.
definitely a 16 and a 24. So the gnome and the ranger significantly stealthier than the rogue for once.
Wow. I don't
Yeah.
think you rolled
You've rolled 3
fives.
5s in a row there, Sophie.
Why?
What can I say? I'm gifted at being bad.
I think I wouldn't have.
I'm talented at being terrible. I was going to say at sucking it, and then I realised how bad that could sound.
That's exactly what Lewis just said.
God damn it.
Yeah, he didn't imply anything, but it was worth mentioning.
Wow.
All right, so Nyx leads the way with everyone else, assuming she knows how to get around the city she grew up in. Tag along. You quickly run across the wooden floating pontoons, and where it's a bit awkward for Ray in her armor, you hear the occasional sort of chink and chime of it, but it seems to be mostly covered by the sound of the rushing water, the slowly flowing water, and it lapping against houses and the wooden planks sort of creaking and squeaking as they move up and down. It's generally quite noisy. You think that might be actually, weirdly enough, an aid to those who lead a less than honest lifestyle.
Yep.
It's almost as if the city was purposely designed for it.
Wow.
But you are, however, able to slip away and avoid any upcoming patrols for now. In attempting to find a house to sort of duck into, you sort of run along, think you're far enough away, try a door, find that it's locked. You sort of glance around awkwardly, quickly rush further along to the next house, and as you're approaching it, you're about to open the door, and the door itself just swings open.
Oh god.
And an elderly human woman sort of makes her way out and goes, "Oh, didn't see you there. Best get a move on, you should. I'll be looking for you."
Indeed. Hello, thank you. We were.
"I'm off to the shops," and with that, she just kind of wanders off.
Okay, I
need
look
some
at her
rest," you hear her
suspiciously.
declaring aloud.
Insight check.
Roll
Who is
insight.
this? Do I know her?
Roll an intelligence check, Nyx.
Hell
Natural
yeah.
20!
Oh,
That's-
She's lying. She's actually off to get cheese and alcohol.
I knew it!
Oh, of course she is. Of course she is. Where's my intelligence?
Hard liquor and cheese, and she's in for a fun evening.
16.
She isn't. Isn't of anyone that you entirely remember of note, but you think you may have seen her wandering around once or twice. A decent enough elderly woman who doesn't particularly give much of a shit about anything,
I like her already.
and just sort of a bit senile, and everyone just sort of lets her get on with what she does. She's outlived what most people expected, and she continues to do so.
Which is why she's still here. They can't draft an old woman into the army.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Anyway, house. Okay, not her house. That would be a bad idea. Well, maybe not. No, she'll make a ruckus.
Yeah, she'll do something that'll get us caught. I don't trust her, quite frankly.
House next door.
House next door, let's go.
Okay.
You a frog?
A frog? Oh.
You just hear the declaration far off in the distance.
I'm
Oh my
hoping
God.
that's not. Anyway, it's the house.
All right, the house next door.
Mhm.
What do you do?
I'm
Can we look
assuming-
through the window?
Yeah.
You certainly can look through a window. Glancing in, the windows are kind of dirty, somewhat dusty. You kind of smear slightly. You can't see much through them, although you think you see a fire, sort of. Or, well, maybe not a fire, but some kind of fire. So maybe a candle or something, some form of light flickering. And you can't exactly see any movement, but you can't see much of into the house from this one particular window.
Right.
Maybe not. Might be
Maybe
someone
not.
in there. Next
Can we
one,
try and find an empty house?
House has no light.
Roll another investigation, Nyx and Eryn.
So many intelligence-based rolls. I'm not good at these.
Oh, poo.
A bit better than you at least.
This really isn't your element. Even though there's a fair bit of nature in this town, you're used to the nature of the less soggy variety.
Mm-hmm.
And as for you, Nyx, you are able to glance around, sort of, and ascertain between. There's a house between a few where there's no smoke rising from the chimney, and with a quick glance into the windows, there is no light inside and no movement for what you can see.
Oh, good. Okay. Try the door, should we?
Sure.
Okay.
It is locked.
Vincent,
Hey, Vincent.
you're locked. Pick the lock.
Yes.
Pick the door, please.
Do you think? Do the only thing you're good at?
Wow.
Please.
Wow, indeed.
Okay, stand back and prepare to be amazed.
Mm-hmm.
I really should buy some lockpicks. Nah. I don't.
I walk up to the door and I crouch down. I rub my hands together and begin to pick the lock.
All right, so roll at d20 plus 6.
This music makes it sound like you're doing like dark magic.
Magic.
He crouches down, quickly pulls out a few different implements from his lock picking set. He tensions the lock, quickly sticks the pick in. You hear clink, 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 as he quickly just puts all the pins into the correct place, and then a final as the entire mechanism just turns, and a slight creak as he just kind of shoves the door open, retracting his tools and stowing them into their very nifty carry case, stained black, of course.
This just gets easier and easier.
A lot of practice. I'm impressed. Go. Okay.
Right.
Door.
Inside is a dark interior of a what do you expect for a not squalid living, but definitely not of the lifestyle you're not used to. For Nyx, upon growing up, this would have been a very nice place to stay. For more Ray, Vincent, and Eryn, this is somewhat below what you're used to. Definitely below what Ray's used to.
This says so much. Okay.
God.
Shut the door. Can we relock the door?
Sure. Vincent can make another lock-picking check to see if he can relock the door. A little bit more difficult, this one, but he is able to, once you're all inside, push the door closed, manage to poke all the pins and do a rotation, getting the lock and bolt to slide across. The door is now somewhat secured.
Nice. Right. Time to lay low.
Lay low and see if we can spot any guards.
You're now sat in a dimly lit. Well, you're now stood in a dimly lit room.
Are there any valuables?
Make a perception check.
Are we losing
And
the house?
make that-
Loot them.
Well. So the room is quite dark, and you sort of fumble around a little bit.
Let's see.
That was beautiful.
Amazing.
You fumble around a little bit, sort of glancing around until Nyx lights a nearby candle for you. As you glance around, this appears to be a one-roomed house. There's a bed, there's a there's a fireplace with a cooking pot and a small desk laid out. There are a few chests which you sort of rummage through, but you find mostly clothes. The only thing of value you really find is a pickaxe and a few other tools.
Nix, are all the houses like this?
This is one of the nicer houses, honestly.
This is one of the nicer houses?
Yeah, I mean, look at it. It's pretty good.
A roof that doesn't leak, a bed with 4 legs.
Man.
Fair enough.
God, I suppose. Okay. Right.
Right, well, what's the nearest way to the city exit? What's the nearest route? What's the shortest route, I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I will describe it to you through the voice of our dear DM.
Currently, you're on the southern side of the city, about somewhat central. The dock is essentially the in the center to the south of the city. So you could the easiest way would probably be to head east in a straight line, and that would probably get you to the outskirts of the city the fastest.
Okay.
Although you would have to be careful. If you travelled straight east, you would be still somewhat close to the dock district, which is where you've seen the vast majority of the guards. Nix suggests that the more north you go, the less likely you probably will be to encounter guards.
Okay.
And
Well,
I'm happy to guide you guys there, but I gotta go check my friends. I mean, they're probably not there, but
oh, sorry, I didn't.
no, that's okay.
course.
That's okay.
There is a dog which is barking constantly outside. It's not one of mine, so I can't tell it to shut up.
That would just be rude.
If I'm not careful, I'm going to start barking back at it.
Well, how far away is the tavern?
The tavern itself is actually it's on the outskirts of town.
Oh, sweet.
Due to the fact that the Winged Elf is actually a tavern that was more set up for travellers. Those who tend to stay in Wildshore and aren't travelling via boat. So those who may have taken the footpath from Drakenmouth to Wildshore, or walked from Silkwaffle Fork, tend to stay on the more outskirts of town, not wanting to go into the town because you have to go through into the town to get to the dock district. So there's a few better based establishments along the edge of Wildshore, which is where most travellers tend to stay, and that was where said tavern was set up. It was sort of more to the north. It was quite close to one of the main paths through the sort of swampy marshland until you get onto the main coastal road to head up to Drakenmouth.
Oh, it's on the way to the exit then.
One of the exits.
One of the exits. The northern exit. Never mind. Perfect.
Actually, Nix.
Yeah. Hello.
I'm
scared.
Hang on. Roll a d100 for me.
Oh boy. 1d. 45.
Okay, so you are aware that 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 there are multiple ways to get to Bracklridge. You don't just have to take the river from Fork. Although it is a dwarven city dug inside the mountain, you can access it a variety of ways from this side. Via the river, there is rumoured to be tunnels via Drakenmouth to Bracklridge, dug by dwarves long ago, although those that exist probably are dangerous, or you could travel along the mountains and along mountain paths to get there as well. So you do have a variety of options of getting there.
Mountain.
I say we take the dwarven mines.
Go
Are
on.
they by any chance called Moria?
And do
Let
they
the
have a
ring
giant
bearer
gold-obsessed
try.
dragon?
Oh no.
No, they are not called Moria. No, they do not have a gold-obsessed dragon in them. For now.
Let the ring bearer decide.
So, Nyx.
Oh shit. The thing I'm worst at. Decision making.
Is this just slowly becoming Lord of the Rings?
Am I the
I don't know, Nate. You're the DM.
I'm Frodo?
God, female Frodo.
I don't know if I'm really Frodo.
Does that make Vincent a dwarf?
It's yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. Wait, how does it look outside the house? Is it okay?
Well, it looks like the same old city which you left behind. Less busy. Most. Actually, I'm assuming you probably stay. How long do you think you stay in the house for?
Maybe an hour? I think that sounds
All
good.
right. So with that, you have decent
Take
enough
an
time
hour.
to notice that the
Can I
remaining people who still wander around the city are of less abled body, on the older age, or often you see males, females, hard to discern, as although abled body, often carting around children or a much elder person, and you assume that they have been allowed to stay to look after some of them. It's rarely is it 1-to-1. Normally you see like a adult with one or two with 2 or 3 children rather than just one. So you're not sure if they are the actual parents or whatever, but they've been allowed to stay to look after them.
Okay.
However, most not on their own. You do see 1 or 2 legless, armless individuals, as in missing odd limbs, not legless and armless. That would be
Oh,
they would be worming their way along with
Unfortunate.
the board. But you see, you see amputees essentially, and those which would not be fit for service. There's 1 or 2 extremely fat and unhealthy-looking people who are slowly making their way around as well. You do notice that there is 1 or 2 guard patrols. They're normally in patrol in groups between 2 and 4. Most have long swords or scimitars and crossbows on them. Some are wearing leather, other are wearing plate, not plate armor, are wearing a blessed plate. Yes, a breastplate, and some of them carry shields. But it's a general uniform, slightly more done up than the city guard that you're used to. Mostly the city guard just wore studded leather. The breastplate and the shields you assume are probably more from the soldiers. But there aren't too many of these patrols. There's probably you see 2 or 3 within the hour to which you're in the house.
okay. That's not too bad.
You get the feeling they probably scoured most of the insides of the town for able-bodied workers by this point, able-bodied soldiers at this point.
Phew.
So we don't have to worry as much, but we still have to either keep out of sight. Actually, just keep out of sight because I think I'm the only one that can disguise myself.
Oh god. Okay.
Yeah.
Vincent, do you have a disguise kit?
1 second.
Pulls out his bag, starts reading through it. If you did, I could help you, but I don't have one myself.
I do not believe he does. He knows how to use one, but I do not believe he has one.
You know, we should really buy some disguise kits and some more thieves' tools.
How often do we break out of towns and cities?
Well, we've had a few close runs with the law so far. I mean, you did get arrested.
That was a formality. Could have happened to
And you
anyone.
did have to buy a cloak.
It's a nice cloak, at least.
It's a brilliant salesman.
Ooh.
Or incredibly stupid. You're still not sure which.
Man, where Where is he? I got his name down here somewhere.
For fuck's sake, brother, stop sending me things.
No, I have no disguise kit.
That's okay. The man's name was Derek. His name was Derek. That's okay. So yeah, stick into the shadows.
I'm so happy I got past without a trace now.
It's so useful. Oh man.
All right.
So, should we go try and just stealth through, avoid the patrols?
Where are your friends? Do you know?
It's a tavern on the northern side, near the north gate, so where we would be exiting.
Do you reckon that the guards will be looking for people like us?
The
Not
city doesn't
sure.
actually have walls. It's just near one of the main or what constitutes as a road out of here. There's one to the north and one to the east. The eastern one also, there is somewhat of a bridge which allows you to cross over the river. It's actually quite a marvel of construction, which hasn't been upkept too well.
Why does that?
It's a
not
large
surprise
river.
Me? Yep. North side, north. They're up north. So, since we're heading on exiting that way, we can go that way.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good with everyone. We okay with heading up north and out? Just getting out of the city before they nab us.
Before there's too much risk, yeah.
Hmm.
I don't like the army, guys. Sorry.
Me neither. Don't worry. Stick to mercenary work
Nothing
anyway.
wrong with a good army.
Nothing wrong with it. Just
Mhm.
not my chosen profession. I'll stick
Whatever
to
you
mercenary
say.
work.
I think you're a
No,
little
I was
biased,
in the
seeing as
army.
you. I thought you owned one.
Well, I mean, technically, my father owned one.
Who is missing?
Well,
I
there you
was-
go.
I was in one.
Oh, yeah, the one that you were with one before you got washed downstream and lost your stuff and those got to the
Yeah.
Very long time you were unconscious as well.
Oh no.
Yeah, I probably still shouldn't be alive.
Well,
We'll call that fate.
call it fate.
How poetic.
Nah, just destiny.
Destiny.
Let's face it, I'm an integral part to this world.
You're not one
Death
of
was
those
a tad
people
too
who.
busy to cash in on her soul and just let it slide.
The
not
gods
one of
wouldn't
those-
let me die so easily.
That's my god as well.
We just going down a list, go, ah shit, I knew I forgot one.
And then this Nick's just like, oh well, it's a bit late now.
I think you flatter yourself.
Ooh,
Ooh,
let's go. Let's go before we set the house on fire with these birds.
ruined me, Eryn.
Sorry?
You ruined me.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm not in a good mood, okay?
Okay.
I feel like this is your preferred terrain, lurking in shadows.
Excuse me. I'm in a city. You think this is my preferred terrain?
I know, you're a bit
I
of a
thought we knew
guy.
each other.
I mean, at least it's a. Oh, never mind actually.
Very is not my preferred terrain. Please don't ever say it's my preferred terrain again.
It's my
Brothels
preferred
are
terrain.
his preferred terrain.
Yeah, my mistake.
You're getting me mixed up with Vincent.
No, I shouldn't say this is my favourite terrain. It's not. I don't like it, but I'm good at it.
Definitely my favourite terrain.
It's Scar City.
Love
What
me a
armies
city.
were your favourite terrain?
I do like me a good army.
I don't think you'll like this city. Maybe you even vaguely like it so far. Anyway, let's just get out of here. Shall we?
Please.
You wanna cast passed without a trace, maybe?
Again, is it not still in effect?
It's been
It
an hour.
lasts for about an hour, and by this point, you're probably coming towards the tail end of it.
Oh, so we'd be okay.
second level spell slot.
Oh wait, sorry, no, you were inside the house for an hour, so yes, it definitely has disappeared.
Okay. Can we say we took a short rest? Oh, I don't get my spells
Oh,
back.
I was going to ask if we could because I got injured.
Yes, you can take a short rest whilst you're inside, looking out for the hour. So
Oh man.
Okay. Well, my this is the last powerful spell I'll be able to cast. So, and when I say powerful, I mean relative to myself. All right. Well, gather around, everyone, and I cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay. Sweet, thank you. Let me just roll my hit die. That brings me to. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, sure. I'll roll another one.
I mean, you took like 12 damage in total. So
Yeah,
That's
I'm
your
back to full now.
all right.
You reckon it's worth going Wolfie?
Could draw too
Yeah.
much attention to it.
Oh, but then you won't. But then you won't be clink clanging.
Can I add that to your creatures? Oh, no,
Yeah,
we
I
haven't
think
added that
I
to your
feel like I
creatures.
draw more attention clanging up the room.
That's fair. That's a good.
I shall add Wolfie to your creatures selection.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll do that.
You can just refresh. I've added it now, but it
Thank you, Cham.
just that just gives you the stat blocks, so you don't have to keep on. Like, I don't have to open up the monster tab, and you can just go see what all its stats are and everything. It's got a pretty decent stealth.
Thank you.
Right. I wonder if I. No, I should not turn into a rat. I don't even know if I can turn into a rat. That was not a pleasant experience, though. I don't think I should try it.
When are we turning into rats? What?
Why are you turning into a rat?
I don't know. I thought maybe that would be stealthier, but you know, it was a big rat and it wasn't fun, so maybe not.
Since when have you turned into a rat? Do we know,
Oh yeah, I know.
about this?
When she was following that one guy to get a wand.
Wait. Do we actually know that you can?
Yeah, you saw her as a rat when she.
Okay,
went
never
off and
mind.
got the,
Ignore what I just.
when she got the wand of magic missiles at the end of that fight.
You guys saw me turn into
And then
and
Vincent
back from
stabbed
a
her,
rat.
and she became back to being human form.
Whoa.
How could I forget that?
Human.
Humanoid.
Humanoid. Oh, I'm just being mean. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I can't control it, but I thought, hey. And I thought, maybe not hey. No, let's just go. Let's just stealth out of this. Oh.
Stealth out of here to your friends, right?
Yes, to my friends, please.
How many of these friends do you have? Two.
Maybe
Okay.
a few more. I don't know how many more people are stuck around. Only two that I know have a high chance of still being here since it's been a long time since I lived in the city. I visited, but the rest, they come and go. Not the best place to live.
Yeah, apparently.
You too.
Are we moving?
Yes.
You are now, if you all want to roll your stealth.
Oh yeah.
I'm changing into a wolf.
All right.
Yippee.
Pass Without Trace still affects you.
Ooh, 31.
And you aren't at a disadvantage. So let's see. A 31, a 26, a 28, and a 27.
Oh man.
I assume
Pretty
both
good, guys.
I assume both familiars are currently poofed.
Yes. Well, mine.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys, So you guys quickly and actually quite effectively are able to dodge in and out of the along the paths and occasionally jumping into the water to, well, it comes up to about knee height for most of you guys, which is about waist to chest height for Nyx.
Woo. We've not missed this
Uh,
water. Ugh.
Yeah, if Nyx isn't careful, a large wave might actually cover her entirely.
Oh god. Thank goodness I can swim. Kind of had to in this city.
Uh, this really isn't a city for gnomes or halflings.
Mm-mm,
Um,
mm-mm.
So occasionally you have to duck into the water to get into an alleyway of sorts. There are patches of sort of ground the further you get out of the city. The sort of boggy water, it becomes less water and more boggy and sort of thick, heavy mud, which you still have to sort of duck to avoid a couple patrols. You see the occasional people making their way along, and you think it best to avoid too many people noticing you, so ducking off the wooden platforms to avoid those from seeing you. At least at this way, it is hiding your tracks, along with passive out with the trace, keeping you hidden. Uh, as you make your way through the city, you do spot a few patrols. You spot about 2 or 3 more. However, you are able to duck out of sight and allow them to pass. And with Nyx's help showing you the way, and you're quite eased to blend in with the surroundings, it is about an hour passes before you approach the edge of the northern side of Wildshore and are approaching the familiar tavern to Nyx, for Nyx, the Winged Elf.
Winged? Oh, yeah. I mean, yes, I know the name.
Yes, the Winged Elf.
Thank you. I kind of forgot to give it a name.
That's why it now has one.
Thank you. Oh, should I knock on the door? Ah, there's no patrol.
Winged.
How about
Winged.
no?
Why not?
Winged,
Sorry,
not
I'm a
wind.
wolf. You attract as much attention as you want, Abby.
Fine, I won't knock
A
on the
woo.
door to a tavern, to the place that I know quite well. I think I should check the cellar. I should probably check the cellar. Is there a cellar?
You
There
can
is a
knock on.
cellar. There is a cellar, but it's in the kitchen. There are 2 entrances, one through the main door, one through the back door.
Back door it is. That's where I normally go.
There is light coming from the inside. The tavern does appear to be open.
Really? Really? Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, I'm gonna get my hopes dashed. Okay.
Nyx,
Okay, this
don't
is the
worry.
place. Yeah, I know.
You can do this.
I'm gonna go for the back door. I'm a little nervous. They know me, so they know back door's fine. Back door's where I normally go in. Let's go to the back
Alright.
door.
There's heavy smoke coming from both chimneys. You make your way round to the back door, and as you go to open it, it appears to be locked.
I, you know, it's the kind of place where you have like a typical way of knocking to let them know who you are. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna do the knock. I don't know.
All right, make a perception check, please, Nyx.
Fuck. No.
There doesn't appear to be any real sound coming from the other side of the door. You wait 5-10 minutes. Nothing.
Is there windows on the back side of the tavern?
There are 1 or 2.
Okay. Can someone hold me up to one of them? Unless you guys
Yes.
can see through.
I'll hold you up.
Okay.
I feel like you'll be able to recognize important things easier in this case.
Well, thank you. Okay. Will I see through the window?
All right, make another perception check.
Oh, so much better, thank God.
17. As you peer in through the window, you see into the back of the tavern. Actually, if you give me a second.
It's okay, I might make him a note.
You got a vicious fire there.
In front of the fire.
Oh, heck.
Busted.
Do it?
So through the only two back windows, you can see the back of the of essentially the bar. There is a person there, which I don't have a sprite for.
Great.
It appears to be a female human.
Oh, is it now? Yep, female human. Yep.
Female human. They have their back turned to the window, and from what you can see, God, it would help if I was on the correct. That's a door, but I accidentally moved it. Yeah. Yeah, a female human who appears to be just slowly cleaning the bar. From what you can see inside, there doesn't appear to be served, but the fire is going, and it looks relatively empty.
Cool. Okay. It looks empty inside, except for the owner, who I know. Let's go in the front. Go in the front, I guess.
Do you guys go in the front?
I think that's okay. You guys okay with going in the front?
You lead this. We are out of our element.
Aren't we supposed to be getting out of the city?
We're
look,
finding Nyx's friends.
Remember my friends? Making sure they've not been shipped off to the army.
Yeah, we were gonna do that.
Thanks, Ray. It's okay. You sound poorly.
How dare you? A princess is never poorly.
It might just be because you're in wolf form.
Oh, yeah. A woo.
Oh, woo!
All right, so you go around to the front door.
Yep.
There's a small porch which you kind of shake the mud you've slowly been collecting off your feet. The door is
Prestidigitation.
open and ajar.
Okay, I go in first, I guess.
I'll follow behind her.
All right. Well, as you guys enter, you glance around. The tavern appears to be relatively quiet. Shit, I should probably just get a token for her.
Oh, why? I'm so
Is
worried.
there like no one here?
Are we like expecting to start a bar fight? Why are we?
What? No.
No,
Humanoid.
This is out of character.
Holy fucking! Oh my god!
Placeholder, because I do. Fuck it. Actually, I might be able to find
I
a little
remember.
more. Townsfolk. Let's see if I can get. They look. Oh, I don't know. Fuck it. Placeholdery person thing. So next, there is a familiar face behind the bar.
Yes. Eva. Okay.
As you walk in and glance around, there appears only to be only one other person inside the tavern, and that is of a woman. She seems to be elven in some features and a mixture of human as well, with shock white hair. She's just sort of sat at the table, just nursing a drink, small amount of food, and a book open to the side of her. She's twirling a feather in between her fingers as she seems to just be thinking.
What is she wearing?
The person in the corner?
Yeah, she's not a guard, is she?
No, she appears to be wearing just simple clothes. That's of sort of blacks and darker colours. It appears to be more travel attire.
Okay. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Just try and calmly head over to Ava then to say hi. Oh.
As you guys enter, the female behind the bar looks up and goes, greetings. Can I get you anything to drink? Maybe some food, perhaps, on this day?
I'm standing behind Nyx, kind of like, being like, hey, I'm here if you need some.
Thanks, Eryn. You're the best. And it's like, just quickly move up to the bar, I guess. Just, I'm really nervous, okay? It's like, hey, Ava, how are you? So, I don't know what to do.
Just take deep breaths,
Deep breaths.
She,
Approach Nick slowly and carefully.
all right.
Ah, shit, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you probably, are you still in wolf form?
Yes.
Because you are approaching the end of your hour, just to let you know. You've probably got like another 5 minutes.
That's alright. I'll let it run out and then
Oh no.
compose myself.
Right.
All right, so you have just walked in. You have just walked in with a freaking wolf, and the wolf knows its way in, and you go, we don't really do well with pets. Maybe if you could ask your
Sorry.
very friendly companion to stay outside.
Sorry, Ava. Right? You wanna come back in a few minutes? And keep watch for us? Wanna keep watch?
I sit down and wag my tail.
She's amazing.
As the tail hits against the wooden floor.
Don't get... Just be careful. Okay. Has there, since coming in and since saying hi, has there been any form of recognition on Ava's face? Has it really been that long since I last visited?
Make a perception. Actually, no. Make an insight check, Nyx.
Really concerned at the moment.
And I need to tab back to the chat.
17, same roll as my perception.
Same roll as before. No, it'll be a same roll for perception or insight for you. There did seem to be a glimmer of recognition, and however, she is not acting as you would have expected her to act, and she just seems to be waiting for you guys to order.
Okay, right, yes. Drinks and food would be lovely, Just been traveling for a bit.
Take a table, and we will get some drinks and food for you. That will be. Let me just consult the menu. That will be 3 silver pieces each.
I slide across 10 gold. Sophie.
Oh, fuck.
Very generous. Thank you, miss. And she kind of pockets it.
Right.
Before heading off into the kitchen.
So
Did you know her?
Yes, I do. She knows me too.
Are you? I'm sorry to ask, Nyx, but are you sure?
Yeah.
I change back.
Certainly.
Little tavern. I would like to sit in this corner here and just keep an eye on the half elf in the corner.
For fuck's sake.
Well, as you sit down, the chair next to you is moved out, as both Ray and Eryn just sort of stick their asses into the same seat and glare down.
Princesses first. Nice of you to hold the chair out for me, Eryn.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Well, a minute or two pass, and pass, and the woman comes back out and puts drinks down for you all, and then looks weirdly at the fact that Vincent sat on his own, but hands a drink to him. As she's handing the drinks out, she says, "Well, we do have a choice today. You can have some soup and bread, or you could have some cooked meats." And then, in a dropped and more hushed voice, she says to you, Nix, "I would recommend the soup, for it is quick."
Of course. Soup.
Threat.
Before she
What's
goes, "And hopefully the drinks are to your tasting, so what will you be having?"
I draw my sword. No, I don't.
Oh, my-
Ray's reaction to anything. "I draw my sword."
hold on. I mean, soup sounds lovely. It's been a while since I had soup, travelling on the road. Yeah, if that's what the chef recommends. If the chef
Soup for you all then?
Yes, please.
Mhm.
Very well.
I feel like soup wouldn't be very filling though.
And then can I,
Get soup for her as well, please.
ignoring that in the hushed tone, go,
She's already wandered off.
"It's already wandered off? For fuck's sake, fine, I'll pull out my notebook and write a small note. Subtly.
All right, make a stealth of hand check.
Stealth of hand.
Stealth of hand, yes, sleight of hand, brain.
17 again.
You are easily able to very subtly write a note and slide it to Ray.
Why,
What's his name?
why am I giving it to Ray?
Wait, oh, right, sorry. Very easy. Sorry, my
Ooh.
brain stopped working. Very easy to quickly write a note and prepare to slide it when she comes back.
Thank you.
To be fair, I thought she was giving it to me as well.
Why? No, it's for Ava. Okay. I'm a little worried about what
Is she acting strangely to you?
Yes. In a hushed voice, Ava's. This is weird. This is not. Something's not right. Not at all. Ava definitely recognizes me. She does not think it's safe for us to be here at this moment in time.
Maybe we could go to the back of the tavern just to speak with her privately.
Yeah. I was gonna
We'll wait here for you if you want to talk in private.
leave her a note actually to say leave a note out the back.
I see. That could work.
Because, well, the other person isn't here. I was hoping asking about the chef might drop a hint about them, but I don't know. I'll finish my note. Don't worry, I'm typing it out, sending it to you.
All right. Well, about 15 minutes pass of you guys sat around the tables drinking. The half elf in the corner seems to just continue drinking and eating themselves, scratching down the occasional thing as it seems to come to mind. Before eventually Ava does come back out of the kitchen carrying a couple bowls of soup and starts putting them down.
I subtly slip her the note that I am sending to you right now.
So you sort of place the note on the table and tap it, and as she puts down your bowl, her hand is very quickly and very adeptly just slides it away and slides it sort of up part of her sleeve, and with a brisk motion is already putting down another soup in front of Eryn and then another one in front of Ray, before turning and placing one in front of Vincent, still curious to why he's sat on a different table.
Mm-hmm.
Before she wanders over and inquires to if the other patron is satisfied.
listening.
I ain't gonna try it first.
I should have taken detect point. I mean, I trust Ava not to slip stuff into my soup.
Can I?
I
Can I?
Insight check the soup.
No. Can I?
All right, Ray, roll an insight.
Can I try and see what's bothering her? Can I try and read?
All right, make an insight check. This is going to be quite hard for you, Eryn. First of all,
Yeah.
it is a human, and second of all, you have no real. Ray,
I'm-
that soup has evil intentions.
I'm
I
going
push it away.
I'm going to give you a bit more context. I don't trust her at the moment, even though I know that Nyx has told me that she
All right.
knows her, but I don't trust her, and I want to try and see why she's acting so weird.
All right. Well, yeah, make an insight check, and we'll see. Okay, with an 18, going off what Nyx is saying, that she's weird. Considering what she briefly whispered to Nyx and is not openly recognizing Nyx, you have a feeling that she might either be very aware that someone or some people might be around. And you do think it's a tad weird that there appears to be an able-bodied person in a town where the only able-bodied people you've seen have been looking after others, and you have not seen any others in this tavern. Most of the city you walked through, there was most of the taverns weren't really open. On the you did walk along the outskirts slightly, and you did notice that all of the taverns on the outskirts of the city do still appear to be open and functioning.
It's a ruse.
As to why, you're not entirely sure, but you have a feeling this probably isn't good for you guys.
Yeah, I'm just going to sort of briefly whisper this to Nyx.
Yeah. Now that I've slipped her the note, I'm thinking just make a show of eating and then get out of here as quickly as possible around the back. They head out and head around the back. I don't trust the person in the corner.
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
Well, the brief conversation which you eavesdrop on, and it's not really hidden, is just sort of Ava asking if everything's all right and if she can get her anything else to eat or drink, and you know, sort of, no, I'm fine. This will suffice. Thank you very much. And then a slight pause, and as Ava turns to go away, you hear the woman pipe up. Do tell me though, where is everyone? I expected this part of town to be a bit more busy. Ava goes, there's a lot of stuff happening at the docks at the moment, and the town is, well, it's slowed down for now. Before quickly and making another hurried exit to the kitchen.
A few minutes and then we go.
Agreed.
Okay.
By the way, Vincent's just sat on his own table merrily drinking soup.
Yep. Did not surprise me.
Sounds like Vincent is the real winner here.
You could have sat on your own table if you wanted to as well, right?
And as you drink the soup, I need you to make Constitution saving throws.
Proud to say.
No, it's an all right tasting tomato soup. Ray, you've had better.
I've missed the soup.
However, it is very nostalgic for Nyx, and it's of decent quality. All of you have also had worse of this, and I mean, it's not bad really. Probably worth the price that you paid.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Nyx's soup bowl is actually filling rather than emptying.
Oh, I don't want to read it. Can I? Oh man, if I have a water skin, can I put the soup in the water skin? I really want
Gross,
it.
what?
Fuck off! I really want it.
I mean, the soup would start to get cold.
When that
I have
stuff starts smelling,
prestidigitation.
I don't want to be anywhere near you.
I'm having it later today.
I mean, yeah, you can put the soup into the water skin. It won't stay warm for too very long, but
I have spells for that.
you put your serving into your water skin and wait for the others to finish having theirs and munch on the bread a bit.
Sorry, no. Okay, right. Right, guys. Best get going before we're late. You know?
Yep.
Good pit stop. Let's go. Pick 'em.
And I guess we get up to go leave as inconspicuously as possible.
Mm-hmm. And then sneak around the back. I'm sneaking around the back, definitely.
All right, so you finish your soups.
Guess about. I don't think we'd spend more than 5 minutes. Just
Okay,
because.
so about 5 minutes having your soups and finishing your drinks. You are now done. So leave out the front door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Could I have perception checks from you all?
Woohoo!
Oof, oof.
Oh, nice.
One sec, we're figuring out his deception.
Perception. It's
Perception.
+0. Yeah, perception. So it's +0 for both of you. All right. So, Vincent and Eryn, you do notice as you're exiting the tavern that not too far off in the distance, there appears to be a patrol of about 4 guards heading in this general direction.
Oh god, oh god. Duck into an alley. Quick, quick now.
Okay. Yep.
A duck. Clang, clang.
Guess we're hiding. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Alright, so do you all duck into an alley?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright.
Yep.
And you wait, I assume?
Wait for them to pass, hopefully. Or I wait. I would like to go back further to the back of the tavern and wait there.
Alright, next you go to the back of the tavern. For the other 3, you watch as the patroller guards come along and yeah, there's about 4 of them. Sorry, I'm just thinking here.
That's
There's about
okay.
4 of them, and as they come along, they do appear to be heading straight for the tavern. As they do so, you notice that they split into 2. There's about 3 of them heading towards the front door, and you notice that there's a 4th heading around the back.
Fuck. Don't I notice this?
Well, you're around the back of the tavern. You can't see.
Shit, we need. Quick, everyone. Try and signal Nyx. Can we signal Nyx in time?
This is what I get.
Can we
Uh,
signal Nyx
hang
in
on.
time?
Hang on,
Please?
hang on.
We can distract the guards otherwise.
Oh god, no, we can't distract the guards. I don't want to be drafted into the army.
It's okay, I have spells.
Hey.
Unless we can pretend to be crippled.
No, I've got a spell. It will draw quite a lot of attention, but it shouldn't put us in the danger.
Okay, well, now would be a good time.
Okay, it's not as good as I thought it was.
Right.
Oh, it's sunlight.
It is Thunderwave. I thought I could choose a point that I wanted. I can't. It's from me.
Yeah, it's fine. I
I can still do it. I just have to run.
I have hold person. If it was just one person coming round the back.
It is.
Okay.
All right. So the guards are starting to make. 3 of them are starting to make their way towards the front. Whilst the 3rd is heading around back.
Cool.
What do you guys do?
Can someone just get round to Nyx?
Oh, can I proof my cat to where Nyx disappeared around the corner?
I think that's a range of 30 feet to make something poof.
Go around the other way.
You do see the map, right?
Yeah, it's a long distance.
Shit.
So,
I don't know.
Of course I'm standing out in the open like a dumbass.
oh, you stood at the back door waiting. It's actually more sense.
Fuck it, I'm gonna proof my cat out and I'm gonna make it run towards Nyx.
All right.
Not giving me away at all.
It's a cat.
Just so you're aware, walking essentially through the water does make you at half speed. So the guards are sort of wading through it, and you have to wade through it as well. Where the hell did I leave the cat? There we go.
Go, Pepper, go.
Go, Pepper, go. Go,
Oh, you know what, we need to add Pepper to your frickin' she's a category familiar.
Can he stealth?
You can. Cat. Add. There you go. I added it to your character sheet again.
Thank
For
you.
you, Ray. You can rename it as Pepper, but I'll let you do that.
Cool, so I want him to stealth and then maybe try and swim around this guy.
All right. Wait. Roll catty stealth.
Where he's swimming. Oh, poor Pepper.
The somewhat disgruntled cat swims. All right, 18. Let me just check. Oh, shit, wrong one. I was going to say, God, that's high. There we go. Oh dear. So as Pepper quite stealthily swims along, you do notice that the guard does seem to glance down and sort of look a bit curious as this cat sort of just passes him doing the doggy paddle. I guess, huh?
I feel like in a city that's not big a deal. That big a deal.
Yeah, no, a cat swimming? Kind of weird.
Nah, not really. Abby's cat used to take baths with them.
Alright.
So, Nyx, this cat comes around the corner.
I recognise this cat as Pepper.
Yeah.
And at times I've seen it stuffed down, raised up.
Can Pepper like try and grab on to like the trousers?
And try and pull Nyx.
Yeah.
Well, Nyx, there's now a cat with claws.
Like go past and then pull towards
now
the
it's
other
trying
way.
to pull you along. And actually, just for the hell of it, roll a strength check for the cat, and Nyx, roll a strength check yourself.
I will drag you through this.
Drag me through hell. Oh. Oops. Look. I'm
It's
very...
-4 for the cat on its strength, I'm afraid. So, the cat is going nowhere fast, but it is tugging on you.
Oh, is something going wrong, Pepper? Okay. I would like to start following after Pepper and use my hat to disguise myself as the same little purple tiefling child, but minus an arm, and have a sort of bandage over my... So I'm missing my right arm because Nyx is left-handed, and my right eye. But I have like a big, semi-dirty, bloody bandage on my right eye, and yeah, like a long sleeve. Yeah.
All right. Well, as Pepper's tugging you away and you quickly transform, there's the sound of splooshing as the guard comes around behind you. Does notice you. glances you up and down.
Kitty, come back. Wait.
Scram, get out of here.
Oh, sorry. I just look down. Quickly, just keep going. Oh, God, I keep trying to move next. It's not. There we go.
Gets to the back door, slams on it once, and goes, "It's Justin!" And you hear a alright. Before he walks in, and you hear other male voices.
Fuck. Okay. Okay. Come back round. Pepper, can you do me a favor? Oh, look, I moved next. Oh, God. Pepper, can you listen to the back door for me? I'll go tell Ray what you're doing.
Pepper sadly U-turns and goes back towards the door.
I'm sorry, Pepper.
If there is an unhappy cat sigh, you have now heard it.
Okay.
Bless him, he's not fond of swimming.
Okay. I will swim / wade my way.
Yeah, it is more swimming for you.
Oh man. Back to here and then go. Yeah, I take the long route.
I was going to say, it takes you a minute or two to eventually get to the other guys.
Ray. Hey, guy, one in the back door. Pepper's listening at the back door for me because I think Motley stands out a bit as a crow. What are they saying?
I tune into Pepper.
Well, as the static of the tuning in of the radio fades, no, it isn't like that. But as your vision and hearing fade from your surroundings and fade back to Pepper, you hear the sounds of water very close to your ears and sort of your head just being buoyant enough above the water. However, Pepper has pulled themselves onto a step and is sort of like sitting semi-submerged with the head just above, being able to hear what's happening.
What an unhappy cat.
Roll a perception check for Pepper, which is +3 for the cat.
Not bad.
All right. The male voices appear to have moved out of the kitchen, and now Pepper can just about make out the sounds of conversation of multiple male voices, and the female voice to which you heard, 2 female voices actually, both of which you have heard, one belonging to the tavern owner, and one belonging to the silver-haired half-elven woman.
Fucking knew it. Okay.
I don't know what they're saying there.
It's kind of hard to make out, but from what you can tell, the half-elven woman's voice doesn't appear to have any notes of happiness in it, and the male voices appear to be that of authoritarian and things around.
I relay all of this as it's happening.
Does Ava sound okay?
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh.
She can't hear what you're saying,
Oh,
Nix. Although, Ray, you rarely hear Ava speak. It's more this half-elven lady to which you hear speaking.
Does it sound aggressive?
It's slowly getting more aggressive, yeah.
I think they're in trouble.
There's a sound, there's a sort of loud sound of a scraping chair and table.
Do you think the guards are gonna take the half-elf away?
Probably take both of them. Wait, I know I can't hear.
Yeah, you can't hear what she's saying.
Okay, keeping an eye on.
The voices are now beginning to get a bit more raised. The male voices. The female voice still sounds agitated, but it's not raising in volume. The male voices, however, are getting louder and are sounding more aggressive, to the point where Eryn has a perception of 5. What's Vincent's? Yeah, Eryn, you'd be able to start picking this up just passively.
What are they saying?
You can't tell, but it's sort of the raised, annoyed voices are getting loud enough for you to be able to hear it outside this far away from the tavern.
Right. Not looking good.
Mm-mm. Hey,
Should we go in?
no,
Okay.
sorry. I don't think it's a good idea if they find able-bodied people. I mean, I'm okay because I look like this. I'm still disguised, by the way, but you recognize the disguise.
We could try and pretend that we're cripples.
I think that'd be really hard to pull off.
I mean, it can't be that hard. I mean, just hop on your leg or act like a maniac.
I'm fine.
It's at this point, Ray, through Pepper, you hear the sounds of weapons being drawn and a very loud sort of ultimatum of, "This is your final warning. Come with us, or we'll bring you with us."
I snap out of Pepper and I say that if we're doing something, it's now or never.
Okay, let's do something now.
What? Wait. Hey,
Well, Nix, what do you want to do? They're your friends.
one of them is my friend. I don't know the half.
Fine, then do you want to leave them?
Did it sound like Ava was in trouble?
I mean, it sounds like they're not very friendly.
Okay, can I send Motley round to look through the window? I phase into Motley's eyes.
All right.
I'm not.
They're gonna die before they.
I only care about Ava. I don't.
All right. Well, Motley appears and quickly flushes around to the window. He seems to say hi to Pepper. Staring in, you see Ava sort of just stood behind the counter, just slowly cleaning the bar, looking down. There appears to be a coin pouch sat on the bar in front of her, but she hasn't touched it. The 6 men are stood around the half-elven woman, who is now stood up.
6.
And Motley, make a perception check.
Oh God! Wait, where's my Raven stat? Oh wait, I have Motley's stats on my.
Yeah, you stuck Motley's stats
I
into it.
have Motley. He fly fast. His perception is a +3. Okay. 1d20. 3. Motley. That's not how you spell perception. Ah, fuck's sake, Motley.
All right. So the half-elven woman seems to be is now stood up. The chair is sort of the chair and table seem to be dragged, and she seems to be relatively encircled by the rest of the guards, most of which have drawn their swords, and 2 of which have crossbows aimed on her. She, as far as you can tell, she seems somewhat annoyed, but doesn't seem to be scared in the slightest.
I relay this information to everyone. Is it Ava's? Ava's not involved. Should we? We could help her.
Can I peek in?
Peek in.
Can I look through the window?
Well, this here be the tavern. So at the moment, you're relatively far away.
Oh shit. Well, okay. Well, if Ava's in no trouble, then it's fine, right?
Are you still in Motley's vision, Nix?
No, because I've seen this. I've bamped out when describing it to everyone. I mean, I'm fine as long as Ava's okay, but I'm conflicted. I don't want to draw attention to herself, but then if they are trying,
And it is at this point you hear the sound of crashing glass.
Oh shit!
As a guard is quite abruptly flung through one of the front windows, and you hear a poof as he just sort of splashes into the water before quickly getting up.
Shit.
He seems to be somewhat bruised and unhappy with what's just happened.
Well, they clearly didn't pose much of a.
There's 6 of them though. There was 2 more inside around the back.
Okay. We can assume that a fight has begun.
Let me just
Good.
check
Oh,
something.
I mean, maybe if we
Right.
Wait, was
can.
that the elf?
That was the guard that just came.
Right.
Yeah,
Was
it was
the
one of the
elf?
guards who looked a bit battered and
Oh.
bruised, so she just got flung out a window.
Yeah, it was the half elf. She didn't look like she was scared at all.
And from what you can see inside,
I'm counting
there
down.
appears to be a bit of a fight now happening.
Look. Can I send Motley flying in through the front broken window? I'm gonna lose Motley, probably, but oh well. Check if she's okay. And if she's
Check to
not,
see if who's okay.
the half elf.
Uh,
I'm assuming Ava's fine,
that's,
hopefully.
I was going to say, from where you stood, Nix, roll a perception check.
Oh shit. Ooh.
From where you stood, and you're sort of holding onto one of the floating wooden platforms just to sort of lift your view somewhat. From where this guard was flung through the window, you can see quite clearly that the half-elven lady has taken somewhat of a defensive stance now, and is essentially holding her position. And as the guards sort of individually try and like lunge at her, you see her sort of essentially just batting their swords away.
Okay.
They seem to be very ineffective against her, with one or two appear to be landing blows, but from what you can tell, it doesn't seem to be phasing this woman too much either.
I think if we help her, then maybe I'll get a chance to talk to Ava and ask what the heck is going on.
Probably, yeah.
Because
The guard now gets up and runs back in.
it definitely looked like she was being bribed. What do you guys say? Fancy a fight?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I draw my sword.
Let's go kill some
Fittingly.
guards. And I'll keep Motley circling to make sure no more guards show up. If I can, please.
Alright, so the rest of you guys, so you guys rush into the fray, do we?
Yes.
And I will cast, as soon as I can see a guard, I would like to cast Toll the Dead on them.
Alright, well, I will need you guys to all roll initiative. Get your asses into the house.
Initiative. Boop.
Oh, and I should probably turn the
Holy
grid on.
crap.
Nice.
Grid enabled. There we go. And I guess I need to put it onto battle music, don't I?
Whoop.
Let's wait for that to all load up. 4, 5, and the melee guards and the ranged guards will. The guards with which look like they have crossbows. They all carry crossbows, but only 2 of them.
Okay.
Actually, no, 3 of them have them out at the moment. Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Yeah, 3d20s to get all their freaking initiatives. Righty then.
I feel like naturally I would have gone in first.
It's fair. You probably would have, actually, honestly. I'll take a step back if you go forward. Seems only fair.
Thank you.
We trade spaces, basically.
You all pretty much just rush in. The guards literally just climbed in through the...
I can't climb into a
let me
window.
check
Do you see me?
what initiative. Alright, +1 and +. Okay, so that is initiative of 17. 18 of 6 and of 20. Eryn, you are on 22. All right. Let combat begin. Eryn, what do you do?
Shit, Eryn.
I turned to Nyx and I was, what should I do?
Kill the guards.
Okay, I'm going to shoot. Okay, firstly, I'm going to move here,
All right.
and I'm going to shoot this one.
Okay, so as you guys burst in, you see half the guards sort of turn around and go, ah, shit. One of them tries yelling out, "Don't meddle, civilians!" But your convictions are set, right?
Yeah, fuck that.
Civilians.
Before I forget, can I cast Hunter's Mark on that guy, on the guy?
Certainly. Well, actually, as the one sort of in front of this woman yells, "Don't meddle, civilians," you just see this fist lash out and just slam him squarely in the jaw, so it comes out more of a, "Don't meddle, civilians!" Ah!
Nice.
All right. So you rush in. Hunter's Mark is cast.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, nice roll.
24 definitely hits.
Pew, pew, pew.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit. Is he dead?
Jesus
He
Christ.
better be dead.
All right. So as you rush in and cast Hunter's Mark on this guy, he sort
That's a lot of damage.
of looks around weirdly
Yeah.
before the arrow just sticking out of his back. And he is in a fair bit of pain and doesn't look too happy, but he is still standing.
Damn him.
Is there anything else you do?
No.
You sure?
You can take another shot.
Oh my god, I completely forgot. Holy shit. Yeah, I'll take another bloody shot at him. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Oh wow, dude.
23 also hits.
Wow. You're so good, Eryn.
All right.
Ooh.
As you sort of pause and go, "Shall I do something else?" All right, yeah. Release another arrow. It
Yeah,
digs
sure.
into him again, and you hit. God damn!
I'm a good archer, what can I say?
All right, the other woman's turn. Sort of seeing this happen, you actually see a sort of the somewhat annoyed face just kind of breaks into a slight smile and goes, "Well, now this is getting interesting."
I like her already.
Before, all right, let's roll to see if she hits.
But then,
With a 22, she does, before sort of reaching forward and just punching the guy in front of her once again. Dealing a grand total of 9 points of damage. He's looking kind of battered. Right. 3 armed soldiers. Having seen that this is now happening, and the guy got thrown through the window, isn't too happy about it. But he is going to run to here to try and intercept you, Ray. And
You can try.
he's going to make his multiple attacks on you with his sword and 1 dagger. And you now see that he is wielding a scimitar and a dagger. So that is a natural 1. So his first scimitar slash misses you completely and utterly. The second one with a 19, that definitely does hit you. And the dagger is a 14, which I believe misses.
Yep.
So that is a singular d6 plus 3. So as he rushes forward, having his friend just been cut off from proclaiming for you to not interact, and having seen Eryn attack, and you in a battle-ready stance, he rushes forward and very lightly touches you with his scimitar, apparently, as you take a whole 4 points of damage.
wow.
As for the other two, they are going to
Scowl.
they're going to try and attack the woman. So that is God 16. All right, that's just a miss, and a miss. That is that's a hit, a miss, and a hit. So that's a D6 and a D4. D6 plus D4 plus 6. 13 points of damage.
Good.
Wait, is this one guy attacking?
No, that's the two guys.
Oh, okay.
That's the two guys attacking the woman. So that's
Why do
this
they
guy.
attack 3 times?
They can attack 3 times because they have 3 attacks. They have 2 attacks with the scimitars they're carrying and 1 attack with the dagger there.
They're like rocks and shit. I couldn't fight that.
Next, your turn. Essentially, technically, Eryn could attack like that. If you
Eryn,
wanted to.
what are you
Excuse
doing?
me? How can I attack like that?
Well, it's because they're dual wielding, so they have 2 main attacks, and then their bonus action allows them to hit with their offhand weapon. It's just 2 weapon fighting. That's all they're using.
Okay.
I don't have an offhand weapon.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but you have. In fact, Ray could do it as well. You guys have 2 attacks, and then you could also have an offhand weapon, which means you could make 2 normal attacks and then make a 3rd attack.
I'm buying myself a dagger.
You wouldn't
They're
be able to
shit,
wield
don't
it.
bother.
I'm gonna move over there. And can I climb onto the chair?
Yes, you can climb onto the chair.
Onto the chair. And I would
You
like,
can see over the table.
hell yeah, I would like to cast Toll of the Dead on this guy and this guy because they're within 5 feet of each other.
Certainly. Let's see if they make their saving throws.
It is a DC 14.
Well, 1 succeeds, 1 misses. 1 fails. So the one next to Ray succeeds, having seemed to be a tad put off with the fact that he did so little damage to Ray as she sort of catched most of the impact on her shield. As for the other guy, sort of failing all of his attacks against this woman who you just see sort of stand slightly to the side and all 3 attacks miss. He seems to be making a fool of, and with that, roll your damage on him.
Okay, it's 2d12 because he's taken damage, correct?
Indeed. Did I make it so you could see the health bars? I think I did.
Yes, yeah, you did. I just wanted to double check.
14 points of damage. The bell rings out, and you see he is now looking somewhat worse for wear. Vincent, your turn.
Okay, go
Okay,
down the
I'm
chair.
going to move up next to Ray. And sneak attack the one in front of her.
Alright, roll to hit. Well, as you lunge forward, the guy's just able to quickly maneuvers his scimitar, just catches your blade and forces it away before you're even able to land anything on him.
Lou's very unhappy right now.
Oh.
So next time. Can you?
Hey, at least
can
you didn't stab Ray.
Can you strike again? No, you can't. 'Cause you're a rogue.
Nah,
Is that a
Right.
dig at me? I don't appreciate that.
No.
I appreciate it.
The first natural one is normally just a failure. The second natural one is when you start injuring your allies, if they test you, or other interesting stuff happens.
They implemented this rule when I kept rolling natural ones.
When she rolled like 4 natural ones in a row and the arrow ricocheted off and hit a skeleton in the head, but yeah, you know. Oh, seems one hell of a trick shot. Is there
Oh,
anything else
yeah.
which Vincent does?
Nope.
All right, Ray, your turn.
I move forward. And I hit this guy,
All right, roll to hit.
and then green flame blade this guy.
Certainly.
I'm just gonna pop to the bathroom. Give you 2 secs.
So you're using green flame blade with 23, definitely hits. You know Eclipse is a +5, right?
Is it?
It's your crossbow, which is +4.
Oh, cool. So that's 11 damage to that guy. And then is it 1d8?
No, it's your regular weapon damage against your main guy you hit, and a d8. and then that D8 plus 4 is to your second. Well, no, sorry. No, D8 plus 4 is your regular eclipse damage. So that is 11 points of damage to this guy. Right, roll another D8. All right, that's 3 points of fire damage to the first guy you hit, and now roll a D8 plus 2, and this is applied to the second target.
That's
Alright.
pretty cool.
So that's 4 points of damage to the other guy. So when you roll Green Flame Barrier, essentially you can roll 2d8 plus 4 for your
Yeah.
first target, and then a d8 plus 2 for the
And-
second.
And that takes up my second attack as well.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, cool. Okay, we're on the same page.
All right, so as you leap forward, him a bit too preoccupied with what Vincent's doing, you lunge forward and easily slash into him. Fire of a blade leaps onto him, and you see it crackle and burn before it leaps onto the other guy, who starts frantically patting out the fire. It is, however, his turn, along with his buddies. He's not liking being near you, so he's going to try and retreat.
He can try.
Yeah, roll your reaction. Uh, 19 does hit him, so he does not go anywhere.
Hell yeah.
Roll your damage. 11 points of damage. He is looking unhealthy.
Kick his ass, right?
However, he kind of heaves the crossbow onto his back before drawing out his longsword.
Whoa.
And makes 2 attacks with it. Dear fucking lord.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry, Ray. I wasn't expecting him to be that good with a...
Can I? It's not an element, is it?
There is actually a mixture. You do notice as he draws the sword, there is glints of fire coming off it.
Ooh.
Okay, I absorb elements.
Alright, so absorb elements. That will reduce some of the damage you take. Alright, so this is 2d8 plus 2. That is purely the slashing damage. So you take 17 points of slashing damage, and you take this reduced, the 2d6 fire damage. So you take 20 points of damage in total, and you are charged with fire for now.
Nice.
You want me to take that off?
I can do it if you want. So 20 points of damage. That was one hell of a hit. Yeah, that was one hell of a hit. I'm sorry that it did that, but you absorb some of the fire damage.
I should have
other
just
two
let him
guys-
go.
This guy's going to take a shot at Eryn. Since it's a heavy
Yay.
crossbow, he can only fire once. So
One shot.
with a
one.
17, does he hit you? Eryn?
Yes, unfortunate.
All right. So that is a D10. D10 plus 1. Oh shit! Not a D20 plus 1.
Oh,
Yeah, 17 points of damage. Oh, and plus a D6 as this one also catches fire.
Damn, I should have taken the absorb elements. Oh, for fuck's sake.
14 points of damage as you are also slightly singed. As for the last guy, he's going to try and make his attack on the woman. He does reposition to enable him to get a shot. As the bolt's coming towards her, you just see her literally reach up and just grab it out of the air and drop it to the ground and just turn and stare at him.
the monk. So
Back
cool.
to your turn, Eryn.
I'm gonna hit the guy in front of Ray.
That's
What? You're afraid I'm gonna roll 1?
it's been known to happen.
You have to roll 2 ones to hit her. Hopefully. Right?
I'm assuming that misses.
Yes, as you fire, this guy with the longsword is able to essentially just duck out of the way, and it goes. Nix, you do notice that Ava is just sort of wide-eyed and just watching every shot, just slowly doing damage to this tavern.
I'll fix it later.
18 does hit the crossbowman.
Nice.
Right, 14 points of damage. He is not looking too happy. Sort of breathing heavily, blood coming from his side. All right. It is the woman's turn.
Go, go, go. Take his head off.
You see a dance to here. You see you see a punch thrown, and she just ducks underneath it. With a
Not gonna lie, this half elf is like doing stuff to me.
doing stuff to you.
I'm very interested right now.
As she darts to the side, you see her able to dodge the blow of the guy whose area she leaves. Although as she punches forward, you're able to see that the guard, this time somewhat more expecting it, is able to catch her fist essentially on part of his sword and deflect most of the blow, meaning that it doesn't land. However, the sword user's turns, and seeing that his friend is in trouble, he's going to charge over, hoping that this guy can at least try and do something to help. All right, Vincent. This one's going to try and attack you. 3 attacks. Holy fucking hell, give me even the natural 20s when I play a game. Don't worry, at least that's on his dagger. The other one's hit though, I'm afraid. So that's 2d6. 6. 18 points of damage. And d4. And an additional 4 points of damage. The other one against you, Ray. Fucking hell. For fuck's sake. Well, I'm pleased to say only one of them hit.
So, Nate, that's 3. That's 3 crits.
I know it is! And did you see the damage I rolled on Vincent? That was 2 natural 6s.
Why? That was like, isn't...
That's 13 points of damage to you, Ray.
Oh, you...
Holy fuck.
Oh, God.
And against the freaking half elf? Oh, would you look at that? A natural 1. Well, Q2. All right, 1 hit.
Try to even out.
Again. So the woman is able to dodge most of the blows. However, the daggers just be able to sail underneath her defense and just catches her somewhat off guard. And you see a bit of blood drawn. Nyx, your turn. What do you feel like doing?
Hell, well, I mean, I was gonna save my other level 3 for another hold person, but fuck that, I'm gonna life transference to Ray. Because, Jesus.
What? Don't kill Nyx.
No, even if I roll max damage, it's not enough to knock me unconscious. Don't worry. I've done the math.
Can't you just cure wounds?
Hey!
Nyx takes 22 points of damage.
Nyx, what the
Holy
fuck?
fuck!
Get rid of that spell!
Ray,
It's
you
my-
heal to full.
Favorite spell. I'm not getting rid of it. I love it so much. Okay, I take 22 minus 22.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
And Ray, you see your friendly gnome sort of look down at herself, grab her symbol, mutter something, and you see her veins sort of grow more in appearance and darker, and she sort of winces as blood begins to come to the skin ever so slightly, and just sort of almost as if the walls of her blood vessels are just getting weaker, and she's just beginning to bleed slightly through her skin. However, as this happens,
Ew.
you feel completely revitalized. All your wounds
Ew.
close up, and you feel like you want to punch some shit.
Oh, that may have...
Yeah, I want to punch Nyx.
I can't use... No, I'm not high enough level yet to do...
We're going to have words later.
bonus action healing word, can I?
Only if you have a bonus action cantrip.
Nope. None of them are bonus actions. I'm just gonna stay hidden. On the floor. Out the way.
Alright, Vincent.
Run, Vincent, run.
If I run, he'll get an attack of opportunity on me.
You can
Bonus
disengage
action.
as a bonus action being a rogue.
Do I have to hit someone to disengage?
No, so you can. So disengage is an action. So you can take an action, and it means you don't trigger attacks of opportunity unless it's Ray, because Ray's annoying. As a rogue, you can do that as a bonus action instead. And as your subclass, if you hit someone, they then you then don't provoke attacks of opportunity when you move past them and only them.
So can I attack and then disengage as a bonus action?
You can attack and then just walk away from them because you attacked them, so they can't hit you. But you could also attack and then disengage and run past all of them without any of them being able to hit you.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, so roll your attack.
1 second. 1d.
Go.
Oh, that's.
Unfortunately, with an 11, you do not hit.
Wait, that's a 1d8.
I don't know
you
why I
rolled.
rolled 1d8.
Yeah,
Oh,
why did you roll?
1d8. Yeah. Roll a d20.
You can't hit.
Okay, that's one.
Well, with a 10, you also don't hit. Could I have some of your bad rolls, please?
Can you trade?
He,
I'm-
however, cannot attack you due to your fancy footwork.
I will disengage and run away.
Run away! Hide
Alright.
behind me.
And I'll end
So
my
as
turn there.
As you lash out at him, he sort of steps back to try and avoid the blow, and being more of a feint attack, you then just quickly withdraw, stepping back away from him. Ray, it's your turn.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time.
Green Flame Blade? Alright.
Do I also get a 1d6 fire damage?
You do indeed.
Dude, this is gonna take a while.
And these guys, hang on. I'm gonna look at spells. Sorry, next yes, because it's a melee attack.
Natural 20!
Nice. You have resistance to trigger attack. Was the first time you hit with a melee attack? Okay, so this only does damage. So you'll only do the extra d6 to the first guy. So roll your 2d8 plus a d6 plus 4 against this first guy.
2d8.
No, just type /2d8 plus d6 plus 4.
No!
It's too much effort, apparently.
Too much.
All right. So you do 8, 9, 10, 14, 20. What chip brain? 12 plus 12 plus 8 is 20. 24 points of 26 points of damage to the guy in front of you. He looks incredibly wounded and unhappy, and roll an additional d8 plus 2. That's 10 points of fire damage to the guy next to you.
Fuck,
They
he's
aren't
still
looking-
standing?
Barely. He is barely standing.
I'm gonna action surge and do the same thing.
All right.
Hell yeah.
18. What's his? All right. Yeah. No, that still hits.
So what is it? 2d8 you
So-
said.
So 2d8 plus 4. So as you come slashing down at him, he tries to interpose his scimitar to try and block the attack. However, just the ferocious anger behind this blow and the fire damage just crackling off it just causes you to almost slam his own scimitar into his shoulder. Cries out in pain as he is barely standing, and roll your d8. 6 as the guy, however, next to you just collapses to the floor
Hell
as the
yeah.
fire burns across him, and you hear him as he's now just a somewhat smouldering corpse.
And I also yell, thanks, X.
No problem.
All right. Well, having just seen you burn and almost kill off one of their friends, the archers are going to decide you're a bit more of a target.
Fuck, sorry, I didn't predict this.
So
I'm a shield.
20s. Well, I mean, you can cast shield if you want.
Not thinking
However,
about
the
it.
bolts just go sailing over your shoulder into the room. And whichever is
Okay, if they don't look like they're gonna
reloading.
hit, I probably wouldn't.
Wait for me. I'm going to allow you to not cast it, but if you say you cast shield before I've rolled, I'm going to.
Yeah, you usually tell me to not go off the rolls.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you just say it before I roll, I'm going to hold you to it if they hit or if they're going to hit or miss, no matter
It was
what.
more of a I might as well do it now while it's the beginning of the turn order.
It is now Eryn's turn as these two bolts just go sailing past Ray.
Kill him,
Fuck, I
Eryn.
don't think they would have hit anyone with those fucking.
I'm going to move around the door towards Nyx's, what would that be? Her left-hand side. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at...
I'm fine. Thank you.
I didn't ask.
Mm-hmm.
It's something.
That's pretty good. Thank you.
And then I'm going
This
to
is on
move
27.
closer to that back table and aim for the guy. Oh, yeah, I'd like to transfer my hunter's mark to...
All right, so your healing takes an action, which means
Oh,
you can't
yeah.
fire anymore, but you can still transfer your hunter's mark.
Okay, I'm going to transfer my hunter's mark to this
Also,
person.
you've moving to where
Oh.
there is the limit of your movement.
Okay,
If
I'm
we're saying you
going
can
to...
pass through the closed door. Transfer to this guy?
I can stand here if you'd like.
No. The door's closed.
Okay. Yeah, that guy. Thank you.
We closed it behind us. We're good
Of course, you
people.
don't want anyone seeing this happen, despite there being a gaping hole in this window to which you're standing next to. But that's beside the point.
That's fine.
I like the twin archers though.
Who just missed you completely and utterly.
Their name
Yeah, well,
is Vix and Vux.
Vixen Vox.
Vix and Vex.
No, it was. I still love Sam's joke of like, when Scanlan dies, I'm coming back. Vox. No, sorry, is no Vix, wasn't it? It's
Mhm.
like so. There's Vex, Vox in
Vox Machina.
Vix in Vox Machina.
I love Terry when he's just like, what, Vax and Vex? Your parents must hate you.
Yeah, Terry is great.
I haven't met him yet. I want to meet him.
All right. The one sort of seeing this happen.
How old is the woman?
She seems actually make a perception check.
You can't get information for free.
Hard to place her age. You wouldn't.
I'm so
you
in
wouldn't-
love.
I was gonna say you wouldn't put her above. You wouldn't put her. You put her probably around late 20s, early 30s.
She's so cool.
Oh, she's perfect.
So cool.
All right. Well, her first attack swings, and the guy's able to catch it on his blade yet again. But however, sort of expecting this, she this time just quickly follows up with a punch straight to the sternum, to which he hits. Now he has to make a saving throw, to which he fucking fails with a natural 4.
Ooh.
And as she sort of just punches him in the gut, you just hear and a cling, ting, 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 as his sword just clatters to the ground.
Ooh.
And she
Really?
also deals a lovely deals a lovely 14 points of damage to him.
Ooh, wow. D10. She's strong.
Right. As the swordsman's goes. This one isn't very happy.
Haha.
Is he gonna try and run?
Gonna die.
You gonna run? You running?
He's going to swing at you first. 3 times.
Nope.
All of which miss. And as you sort of effortlessly just catch several of the blows on his shield and catch the follow-up with the dagger blow with your own sword, his eyes just sort of widen as he does sort of retreat now. All right, roll to see if you hit him. 19, you do. Yep, that fool is dead.
You ain't running from me, fella.
Let's go.
Okay, what is happening? It's gonna go. He is going to make his attacks on you as well. For fuck's sake!
Why? Bad.
What's Ray's armor class? It's like 18, isn't it? So the what's his attack bonus? +5. So what? 17 doesn't hit. So only the last one hits, which is yet again just the.
Better roll 2 ones.
So that's 8 points of damage against Ray. However, he is now going to step back to the archers. As he does so, though, the woman gets her reaction on him.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, no, misses.
No.
He kites around, gets his 3 attacks. 2 hits. D6 plus 3 plus D4. So that's 9 points of damage on this woman. They now stand at the back. Nix, your turn.
Back onto the chair. And then, you know what? I would like to toll the dead on these 2. I don't know if you can see that.
That is a failure and a. What do they have to be?
14.
So a success.
Okay. Which one failed? The one-
D12 because the first one was the injured guy.
Cool.
I know. I essentially the way I roll is essentially closest to you, and he is very unhappy.
Then I would like to bonus action healing word. Yep. Vincent.
All right, roll to heal.
I think it's a 1d4. 1d4 plus 2. Yay!
Well, it's better than nothing.
Woo! I
Vincent's now on
love healing
18.
word. This is why I don't never take it.
Vincent, your turn.
I don't know where Vincent has gone, so I will play him. I'm not going to do anything because everyone's too far away. Can he hold? He
He
can't
can
hold
dash
his
as a
movement,
bonus
can
action as well.
he? He can dash as a bonus action.
He's a rogue. Rogues can do a fair bit of shit on a bonus action. They can disengage, they can dash, and they can hide.
I forgot to get off the chair again. Shit.
So he could feasibly run up, attack, and then run away.
Run away.
Alright, I will inform you, if you run up there, multiple people will get attacks of opportunity. Only the attacks cannot attack him back.
There.
There is significantly better.
And you can
Okay.
shake and then run.
I run back away.
Alright, as you run up, the woman reflexively sort of just darts out the way, and seeing this, the guard is able to quickly also dart out of the way of your advancing rapier. Seriously, dude, you've got shit luck.
Maybe you should
Alright.
get luck.
Ray, your turn.
Question:
Answer.
Green Flame Blade. Do I have to be within 5 feet of them both, or do they just have to be within 5 feet of each other?
Good question. That's with the spell. I would assume that.
Sometimes I'm upset that we can't hear Lewis, you know. Sometimes I'm sad that you have pushed it up.
You're not missing that much, I promise.
Him screaming in agony.
From the target to a different creature of your choice you can see within 5 feet of it. Yeah, no, it only has 5 feet. So say if you were to stand here and green flame blade this guy, the fire can then jump to this guy via 5 feet, even though he's 10 feet away from you.
I'm gonna do.
Hell yeah.
All right, roll to hit.
Oh,
All right, as you quickly channel the magic into your sword that you've read in your brother's book on how to do so, you swing, and for once, this guy is able to just catch your sword and essentially stop the attack from following through. And you see a very large, his eyes sort of widen, and you just hear as a giant sigh of relief as he isn't quite dead yet.
does that mean because Green Flame Blade didn't go off, does that mean I get another attack?
No, it takes your action to do it. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
All right, it is the archers guys' turns. They're going to take this turn to shoot at. Well, they can't shoot at Eryn because Nyx is in the way, so this one's going to shoot at
Oh.
Nyx.
I'm really glad I stayed on that
Well,
channel.
shit.
Nice,
And
Eryn.
missed terribly, and it just goes sailing out the window.
Right, you don't
It's all
Before-
part of the
touch
long.
them. You don't touch him. No.
Before running.
Asshole. Asshole.
This one's going to shoot at Ray.
Don't get away.
That is to hit. That is a 17, so that just about misses Ray as well. Dan's there. Eryn, your turn.
Right. Well, I guess I have to hit the guy with my hunter's mark. I'm gonna move out of the way of Nyx. I'm gonna go over here.
All right.
Oh man.
13. You draw back the arrow, you quickly release, and just misses. Slams into the
Oh, thank God.
Ooh.
slams into the desk, just piercing the coin pouch slightly, which you did only now just notice that one of the crossbowmen was reaching for, and his hand quickly withdraws as the arrow just almost pierces it.
That was deliberate.
25, however, you do hit.
Okay.
I'm
And
gonna
with 12
Is
points of
that
damage,
enough?
kill them all.
he is now out cold.
I'm going to use my bonus action to transfer my hunter's mark to him. One of the crossbow.
I'll allow.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it. Hang on. Does hunter's mark actually have a range? Sorry.
It
90.
does, but it was more line of sight. You need to be able to see the person
Ah.
you're picking it onto.
Okay.
You saw his hand because you did nearly shoot it.
Fair.
Oh no, sorry. Hunter's Mark has a range of 90 feet, but it specifically says you see a target you can see within range.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it has to be within 90 feet, and you have to be able to see them essentially. Anyway, right, Eryn, that's your turn. Seeing the arrow sail past her and sink into that guy, she's going to merrily step over and go, "Ah, running already? You were talking so big a moment ago," and throw another punch.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
I'm swooning right now.
Oh, I think we'll.
Although with the first punch thrown, it seems to go wide. The guy's able to block the blow. With the second punch, he's able to just step out of the way, but they are like millimeters from his face and chest, looking rather worried as she's sort of pressing pressing a somewhat aggressive attack on him. To which he's going to try and counter attack. Oh god, not 29s. Yeah.
And you rolled a 29 as well.
Yeah, I created on a D29.
Wow.
That is that's 2 hits. Plus a D plus 3. Alright, 8 points of damage. For he too is going to try and retreat. Dare. Oh, shit. Nope. Get back. Get back. And dare. Dare. Into dare. And she's going to make an attack to try and hit him as he runs away.
Really got all the
Which
way
she
there?
hits as he sort of lashes forward and lands a few blows on her. Ah! As he starts to run away, you go, "Oh no, you don't, coward!" And just manages to clobber him in the back of the head. He stumbles slightly, but keeps on running.
Wait, did he? So he ran as a bonus action dash?
No,
really
they only
fast.
stop running when I hit them because I have a feat.
He can run 30 feet.
Oh, he's in the kitchen, bastard.
Next, your turn.
I was hoping I could see him, but I guess not. I can't get very far.
No, you got wee gnome legs.
Only small. Just gonna go here and cast Hold Person on this one.
Natural 19, I'm afraid.
Fucking bastard. I guess.
I mean, fuck me for rolling well when I'm not a player.
it's because it knows you're the DM, so it's like, you get
It's
up.
like, we're going to kill all the players. And then when I'm the player, it's like, nope. When I'm the DM, yeah, you're going to kill your girlfriend and then kill all your friends as well. And then when I'm a player, it's like, yeah, no, your girlfriend's going to flatten you. I'm just like, why?
Why? It's great.
I roll natural ones and she starts rolling really well against me. 2 dice. Anyway, Vincent.
He's not gonna do anything.
We should really get Vincent a crossbow. Ray, your turn.
He wants to be the crossbowman, as in like a bowman, but
He's
is cross about it.
Yeah.
You know, if that's how you feel, we can invest in one so you can get 2 hand crossbows. Dual
Yeah, you
wield.
could get 2 hand crossbows if you take a feat in it. You could fire them twice.
Yeah.
I get there.
All right. Point to note: the guys with the crossbows were the ones who are wearing the plate armor, the breastplate. Whereas
Ready.
the guys who
Green
started
flame blade.
Green flame blade. Roll to hit.
Ray don't care about no breastplate.
Yeah, I was just informing you.
Whoop.
23 hits.
Ray don't care about no breastplate.
I mean, like, hang on. Most of the time, you're rolling above your die roll is above their freaking AC, let alone the +5.
Only with Ray, though. Ray's really with everyone but me.
Which one are you attacking with the sword? Just out of curiosity.
The one that I'm looking at.
All right, the one in front of you. All right, so roll your 2d8 plus. No shit, I was on the wrong character sheet. Roll your your 2d8 plus 4. 2d8 plus 4. Okay, 9 points of damage, and then roll your additional d8 plus 2.
Sorry, we have a delivery emergency.
Is it food?
It's food that may have been delivered somewhere else.
Oh.
Right. So. What did I take again? Where is?
Okay, what am I missing?
d8 plus 2. 7 points of damage to the guys. So you almost did more damage to the guy stood next to him by catching him on fire than your slashing attack against the guy in front of you. But oh well.
Yeah, I did. I'm such a beast.
All right, it is now their turn. They're both going to sheath their crossbows and pull out their swords. As they do so, you do notice that they also glint with fire. They each get 2 attacks. I'm rolling them all because you're literally stood in front of them.
Ah!
Well, the first guy just misses and misses. The second guy rolls a 19 and a 15, so that is one hit out of all of
Wow.
them. D8 plus 2 plus a D6. All right, so you take 11 points of damage.
I'm just trying to show off in front of my new lady friend.
Okay.
As the two of them essentially just swing their swords wildly at you, and you're able to catch those on. You're able to catch another one with your sword. Getting a tad cocky, catch one with your sword, and you don't quite notice the fourth attack just sneak underneath and just stab into you, and you feel a slight burst of fire on yourself. There
Yeah,
seems to
it
be an awful lot
hurt.
of fire in a wooden tavern.
It hurt,
However-
but I'm shaking it off. Like, it doesn't phase me at all.
As they're both going to try and run.
You got motivation now, don't
No!
You get an attack on one. Which one are you attacking?
The one that I did the 9 on. The one in front of me.
All right, so he manages to get away. Roll your attack. 24 hits. He doesn't run anywhere. 11 points of damage. Nice. All right, Eryn, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Oh yeah, sweet. So I'm going to stand on this table.
Certainly.
Come on. Oh my god, I'm a retard though. And oh crap.
Please.
Ray, get out of the way.
Pew.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
shit. Eryn, concentration check on from when you took that damage.
Oh god, yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, I forgot about it as well.
Oh shut.
Okay.
That's Constitution. Wait. Oh, it is Constitution though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, bye, bye, Hunters.
Hunter's mark is gone. However, as you rush forward, you stumble over a chair slightly, and your brain fogs over, and you forget about concentrating. As you go, oh shit! And you just feel the spell fade. The spell.
The spell.
Oh my god, I'm literally right over Ray's head.
Yeah, you do have a shot on him
Might
because
be
you stood
the
on the
end
table.
of Ray.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. In that case, I'm going to take a shot.
Just keep shooting. Just keep shooting.
Nope. I'm going to take another shot.
Well, that misses them both. That also misses them both.
Damn.
Aren't you lucky? Yeah, breastplate. They have an armor of
Do I
15. I'm afraid.
feel it go past?
Yes, Ray, you feel the rush of. You see the guy's eyes widen and start to duck as you then feel the rush of wind and a few hairs get cut slightly as one arrow sails over your shoulder and sticks into the wall behind you. The other one goes wide enough and it just kind of smashes a hole through the window. And you watch as the bartender just looks behind her ears to. As there's now just a hole in another window.
I'll fix it. Maybe.
Ray's not amused.
More killing, less amusing.
1 second.
I'm just going to jump over the bar. That would seal it for me.
All right. No, she kind of now just somewhat dropping her defensive guard, just sort of walks over, glances at him, sort of glances up and down, and goes, "Run or stay, I don't care. Just don't bother me again."
If they run out, bring back more.
Is Ray just done? Is Ray just dead? And when I say dead, I mean romantically, not literally.
I'm swooning.
If I... Okay, so because... So the two ran out the back, didn't they?
Yep.
Can I switch to... We don't have a switch mouse, but can I switch to Motley? Can Motley fly down to one of them for me to cast Shocking Grasp through Motley? Does that work? Can I do that? I don't know how casting spells through familiars works.
Find familiar spell.
I'm determined just to be mean to them.
Only when you cast a spell with a range of touch, your familiar can deliver the spell and cast the spell. Technically, yes, but I'm going to have you roll at disadvantage because you don't entirely know where they are with Motley and getting Motley to react to it. So you can, but it would be at disadvantage to try and hit them because you cannot see them, and nor can you see Motley. And this is sort of like a quick of the reaction of quick, Motley, hit them.
Okay, I shall roll it. Let me just find it.
You have so many fucking cantrips.
Fuck. Yeah, I
Unfortunately,
do.
as Motley sort of darts forward to try and grab the man as he ran outside, he's able to duck underneath him, and you hear cursing.
Tell him what we
Go away, bud. Vincent?
Vincent, I'm not sure, but I think you might want to pass his turn again.
He just wanders over and picks up his drink.
Yeah, fair.
Right, Ray.
I'm gonna hit him.
You hit him.
I'm gonna hit him. Ah,
You don't hit him.
no. I'm gonna hit him again.
You do hit him.
I hit him.
Yes.
Yeah.
11 points of damage. Alright. He's going to try and hit you. And fails miserably, and he's also going to try and retreat.
No. Hit him.
Unfortunately, you don't hit him, and he is quite happily able to duck out the back as you hear the doors slowly close. And with that,
Whoops.
that is over.
Oh man. Well, that could have gone worse, but also better. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? We feeling good? We need healing?
Mom just sort of brushes her robes down slightly, straightens some things, tucks at one or two holes in the fabric, and just... Oh, thank you for that. Most kind of you to come back.
Yeah, no, I sweep the dust off my shoulders and I act like I'm not injured at all. Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. We're always here to help people in need.
You're both okay?
The conduit.
Says Eryn stood on the table, bow and arrow still in hand.
I regret us choosing that name so much.
I'm gonna get off the table.
Yeah, I'll just clean the table as well.
Well, that is an interesting name.
Yeah, we might need to reevaluate it. Can I try to use bending to just fix up the tavern as much as I can? Because I feel really bad.
You can start going around. You can't mend the window which the guy got thrown through, but you can essentially get rid of most of the damage caused by stray arrows and bolts.
That sounds good. I'm happy with that.
Ava is just sort of kind of stood behind the bar, sort of dumbstruck at this point in time.
Sorry.
Well, that's not how I expected to see you again, Nix.
Me neither. But, you know, life's weird. We've had worse meetings.
True.
How long do you think before they'll be back? And will you be okay when they come back?
They always seem to... Don't know how, but they always seem to know when adventurers enter. They've kept all the taverns along the edge open.
And they just grab them?
Yeah, somehow they just know when adventurers and people of worth come in. And not that I like it, but they always leave a pile of coins whenever someone does turn up. She kind of gestures to the now leaking bag of silvers.
Where's... did you get my note?
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, not much I could do with 2 of them hanging out in my kitchen.
That's understandable. Now that I know they were there. They just hang there? Fucking creeps. They just stay there? Fucking creeps.
Yes, make sure I don't alert people. It's a horrible time in this town, I'm afraid. Probably go quickly.
Never thought it could get worse.
Yes, well, apparently it has.
I don't want to ask this question, but I feel like I need to. Is Talia okay? Okay?
Yes, she's fine.
Oh, thank God. You're both okay. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, she was able to slip away.
That's good.
Not entirely sure where she's gone, but she may have gone to her parents in Fork. But
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad.
I'm currently still here, looking after the old place.
Yeah. I'm sorry about the damage.
Yeah,
Alright.
sorry.
Their coin will fix it, I'm sure. And from over in the corner, you go, the bastards ruined my notebook.
I can fix everything but the writing if you pass it over here.
Nah, they smeared ink.
Oh.
Why? She kind of just picks up an ink-drenched notebook as you notice the inkwell got knocked over and has stained a fair bit.
Yep, I cannot help with that. I think. We could try. Yeah, probably not. Maybe we should get rid of their bodies. Take their weapons.
Yeah,
definitely not.
Ava goes, yes, please. The other woman sort of, meh, up to you. Now, I have a friend I need to meet.
Ooh. Be careful, the city's under lockdown, it's not going well.
I don't care too much.
Noticed. There's a lot of guards.
Wait, what's your name?
Oh, Alicia, of course.
Wait! Ignore me, sorry.
She gives a small wave,
That was so cool.
then a wink before walking out.
Wait, who was
mad? I'm so mad. I didn't recognize her.
Nix wouldn't have recognised her.
I know. I
the
did.
wink to?
The wink is towards you, Ray.
Someone laughed.
I'm really glad we stepped in and helped her now.
Actually, I would say Eryn, make an intelligence check for me.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, so many eyes. Okay, what? I don't have an intelligence macro. What? How is that possible? I made them all.
It's just a flat.
Oh my god. Oh, okay, I'll just roll.
Do you have it as int? I have mine as int.
With 16, you are now slowly putting together silver-haired woman, elven-like features, travels on own, and it just sort of slowly clicks in the back of your mind with the whole name. Alicia is actually somewhat hailing from the...
Somewhat what, sorry?
Alicia is a somewhat well-known traveling merchant hailing... Shit, I've forgotten the name of my own bloody places.
Merchant?
She is a traveling merchant.
What?
Hailing from the... Fuck. Now I actually have to go find the frickin'...
Fuck. That is the place.
Yeah. There we go. There's the one with all the lines. Hailing from the voiceless expanse, aka the desert of the man.
Wow.
She's a traveling merchant, is known to be essentially be quite powerful in the voiceless expanse, and often travels on her own. Although generally doesn't really fear what happens to her, and you're beginning to understand why she is quite happily to travel on her own. But yes, she is relatively well known, especially among the mercantile, especially since she does have an air of mystery around her,
Okay.
and has a
My
knack for appearing in places where interesting things are happening.
okay. My jaw's just gonna hang open a little.
Eryn, do you believe in love at first sight?
Sorry, what was that?
I'll take that as a resounding yes.
Yes, and what?
I felt it too just now.
What are you talking about?
She was.
Did you know who that was?
No, but I would like to.
Among us merchants, she is quite famous, actually.
Is she a friend of yours? Can you introduce me?
No, not. Oh, are you? I mean, I don't. With all due respect, Ray, I think she's beyond your league.
Oh my god, do you know who I am?
You are both half.
Yes.
No.
I am a noble woman from High Ever. No one is above me. But she was true.
Alright, right. Well, I mean, whatever, but she's certainly impressive.
And beautiful.
I've started clearing out the bodies, by the way, whilst Ray's gushing.
Ava has taken to help you, and she's just actually gone. We'll throw him out back.
I've got my head in my hands. I'm sitting at the table, got my head in my hands and staring at the door.
Well, I'll hide the body. I'm like, Ray. Hey,
Next.
these guys had flamey swords. You want flamey swords? Help me.
I have a flamey sword.
What about a flamey sword that you don't have to use a spell to make a flamey sword?
It doesn't do as much damage as my flamey sword with the spell. I don't know, should we try it?
Later, when we're not potentially in trouble.
So you collect the three. Wait, was it three? Or did one of them get? No, two of them got away. One of them has a flamey sword.
Only one flamey sword.
Mm-hmm. Only the guys who are wielding the crossbows had the flamey swords.
Not gonna lie, Nix, I've had my eye on your sword for quite a while.
You can swap if you want. Go for it.
Wait, swap us in like Eclipse?
Oh, no. Eclipse is your family sword. You keep that.
No, family heirloom.
Right. Royalty sucks, but I'm not that bad. Clean the bodies, clean them up.
What was that? Sorry, Abby.
Cleaning up the bodies. Bodies have been cleaned. Cleaning up the tavern, fixing shit.
All right. So you sort of, with the help of Ava, you're able to essentially shunt the guys out back. I assume you quickly look them over for things of use.
Yeah. Of course.
Roll investigation then.
I find fuck all.
Well, you find the flamey sword, and you find between them about 37 silver.
Ooh, I'll take that.
Along with one of them is a scrawled bit of paper. It seems to be sort of orders given for them to essentially wait in a nearby listed guardhouse, which you're relatively aware of where it is, and whenever they're told to head out to whichever tavern specified to grab the traveling occupants inside and essentially conscript them to the military.
Woo! Man, I never thought this town could get more fucked up, but gee whiz. You proved me wrong.
So, as Ray swoons, Eryn is confused. Does Vincent do anything?
I'll go and sit down at one of the tables.
All right. Nix, I'll add the long sword to your inventory later.
Okay.
Feet upon the table. Because dying really takes it out of a person. Close to death, I should say.
Ava comes over and gives you all a free drink and goes, I would suggest you drink quickly and then leave.
I pass my drink on to someone else. Yeah.
I take it.
There you go. Yeah, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad Talia's okay as well. That's good to hear. Any others? I'm sorry. I know it's been a while since I've visited.
Most of the ones you knew have wandered off themselves. Similar sort of things. We only had one or two sheltering with us when the joys of the conscription started about a month ago. They didn't stick them into the army, if that's what you're worried about. I think they went and saddled them with some poor bloke somewhere else.
Okay, that's better than being saddled in the army, which was what I was worried about. Thank you. Can you do me a favor?
Depends on the favor.
Remember where Tammy is?
I believe so.
And I give Ava the piece of incense that I have. Can you light that at some point for me? Can't stick
For
around in town.
Unix, certainly.
Thank you. Also would like to slip her some. I would like to give her some
Abby?
more gold. I would
Rumble
like
it.
to give her some more gold.
All right.
I work as a mercenary now. I will earn this back by the end of the week if I play my cards right. It's okay.
How much do you give her?
20.
She kind of looks at it and goes, I can't take all this.
Trust me, it's not much for me. I mean, you guys did a lot for me. You've done a lot for a lot of people. You know, I mean...
It is a lot. I can't take all this.
Well, I would like you to, because, I mean, we're this group of people named now. We work as mercenaries, play our cards right, we get... It's okay.
If you insist.
It would mean a lot to me if you did. Plus, when the city's not under whatchamacallit anymore, you can, get back on your feet a bit.
Maybe repair that window. All right, thank you, Nick.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you.
No worries, that one wasn't you.
Get rid of the incense stick. Oop.
So she takes the incense and begrudgingly takes the... All right. What does the conduit do?
Get out of town.
Yep. I'm sick of this place.
Sick of your hometown? How could you, Nick?
Don't look at me like that. This place sucks and you know it.
Essentially the butt of the Sword Coast, but yeah.
It really is. Hey, if you're ever in Drakennauf, drop by to the temple. Say hi. I might be in the area, might not.
If I ever happen to travel, I will certainly.
Sweet. Good luck. Stay safe.
And yourself. Come back again sometime. Hopefully, once all this is sorted out.
I'll try to.
Right. So you guys stick your heads outside the tavern. There doesn't appear to be any more guards on their way just yet.
Alright, guys, ready to run for it out of town? We're just getting out of it now.
No, I want to get out. Sorry, no offense, Nix, but this place is not the best.
Oh, it really isn't. Don't worry. Spent 30 years wanting to get out of this place. Cannot blame you.
You
How
say
can
having just met a merchant who is very keen to get in.
Yeah. I don't
How
know
can
why.
you
What was it,
how
sorry?
can you hate your hometown so much? I understand it's not the best, but surely the people that you're with make it worthwhile.
Well, I mean, outside of Talia and Ava, who own the tavern here, most of them are gone or dead, and it's not a pleasant town. I have a better place. Drakennauf is a good home, I guess.
Is that what you truly see as your
Not really.
do you have somewhere that you truly see as your home?
Nah. I mean, not really. Maybe one day. Not today. Not anytime soon. It's I don't want this place to be home. I don't like it. I don't want Drakennauf to be home either. I have things to do, things to see. As long as I have friends and God, I'm okay.
Okay.
Good talk. Let's go.
All right. So you quickly make your way out of the town. Which way are you heading?
God, yeah, we have to decide if we're taking the path up to Dragonelf and taking the mountain pass, or going to Fork and then up to Barrack Ridge through there.
I would like to avoid the mountains.
That's fair. A lot of nasty things on the mountains.
So I've heard.
Could go. We could go to Fork. Would you, Eryn? Not Eryn. Right. Eryn, Vincent, Ray. You, Fork Town. Go there.
Fork.
Travel through that way.
You
Is
can
the
go
end
to
goal
both
to get
ways.
to Barrack Ridge?
Yes.
Yeah, alright, let's do that.
Or we can just go straight across country and ignore Fork.
Well, I don't know, is there like a path?
There is a road which travels along the river.
Yeah, let's do that. That'll take less time.
True.
The countryside is sort of a mixture of fields, woodlands, and essentially it's the English countryside. The weather is a fair bit warmer down here than compared to the compared to Neverwinter.
You know what
It's,
I love. Sorry.
Hmm?
I find it incredibly amusing that Eric Vanderporten has been stuck in this town for a month and we're already out.
Dude, he's never gonna let me go. When he finally gets out, he's gonna hunt me down.
Man, we'll keep you safe. Somehow, maybe. I mean, your kingdom kind of has bigger priorities than trade routes with the Vanderporten family.
That's the thing, but they won't understand that.
Well, I mean, I think the undead army might become their problem eventually, so I'm hoping they'll understand.
Maybe
Right.
he'll stay here until it is his problem, and then he'll forget about me altogether.
Right.
Yeah.
We are a conduit now. We help each other, and if this man comes back, we'll figure it out.
I'll cast
Wow.
first person
I
now,
am inspired.
and you can run.
I'm glad.
We're for you.
I like it. I feel better. Thank you, Eryn.
It's fine.
Conduit. Let's go to Fork.
To
Cue battle music.
Wait, how was
At dawn, we march.
Wait, what was the definition of conduit again? Are we going to a conduit? We're not. I'm very sad.
That would have been so fitting.
I mean, there could be conduits in Fork.
All right. So you make your way out of the north side of town. However, you loop around to the east and start heading discreetly along the shore along the banks of the river. The land quickly becoming less muddy as you exit the estuary sort of part of this river. It being quite large, you see the bridge which Nix had mentioned. It does appear to be a relative marvel of engineering. Wood, rope, and stone supports high enough for quite a few ships to sail underneath it. Not proper seagoing vessels with full masts, but shorter mast ships lower down in the water are able to sail underneath it. However, even from this distance, it doesn't particularly look like something you might want to walk over. It seems quite rickety and yeah, well, if you fancy to swim, it might make a good diving board.
It used to be a lovely bridge.
Wonderful.
I call a cannonball contest.
We're not at the bridge.
The bridge is a little while away. Like, you're not
You call
walking
a cannonball-
directly along the riverside.
You call a cannibal contest when we get to the bridge.
I call a cannonball. I'll hold my declaration until we get to the bridge.
You're not going to the bridge, you're walking past the bridge.
It's okay. With the path is along a river. When we're resting at some point, we can have a contest.
Let's have a cannonball contest when we rest.
Actually,
Ray,
two of
I
you
will-
make perception checks.
Two of us.
Yeah.
Perception.
I'm not
Yeah,
very
two of you.
perceptive.
I'm quite perceptive.
Me too.
Why do we let you roll perception?
Fuck's sake.
Well, Ray, you are dead stuck on this cannonball contest. Eryn,
Like the fifth, sixth you've rolled me this.
It's not my fault.
Eryn, you, although you're a bit distracted by Ray, you do notice that there are actually a fair few boats sailing up and down this river. A few of them sailing towards Fork seem to be laden with soldiers.
Okay. I point them out to the group. Hey Ray, I don't know about your cannibal contest. There's boats wandering along the. I suspect you'll probably end up crashing into one of them, won't you?
Do you reckon my new love will be in one of them?
Possibly.
I mean, I thought the silver-haired elf lady was your love.
She is. For some reason, I can't get her out of my head.
She
I don't know what's wrong with me.
looked like she was trying to get further into the city, like where Vanderporten was.
No, let us know.
Both of you sick? You both sound sick.
Not really. I'm sick. He's irritating me about it.
Okay. So, you continue on your merry way along this Riverside Road, and I think that will be where we call it for the session.
Ooh, what will happen next? Will Ray
Partly
find
because
her
I have to
true
get up tomorrow morning as well, unfortunately.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah. Also, a reminder that November the 19th, there will not be a session.
Mm-hmm.
Aww, that'll be the one just after my birthday.
We'll
My
celebrate
birthday,
the one
but my
before your
girlfriend is
birthday.
in the UK from the 16th, so
Yes, your
Oh, have
girlfriend
fun.
is visiting.
yeah, perhaps is visiting.
Am I not important?
You know, my girlfriend who lives, God, like 8,000 kilometers away is ever so slightly important.
I see how it is, Nate. I fucking see how it is.
Yeah.
I feel like you prioritize your girlfriend over this D&D party.
Yeah, not just this
Either.
one, don't worry.
What? That's true, actually. Our other campaign.
Just be glad that you're on a Monday, and because the 15th of November she won't be there, so our campaign may or may not happen on the Thursday the 15th, and then since she definitely won't be, we definitely won't be around on the 2 Sundays, the 18th and the 25th. That means the group which she DMs is also having a 2-week break. So you're actually quite fortunate that we have it on a Monday.
Your poor sorcerer. Your poor sorcerer she keeps nearly murdering.
Yeah, well, I think he's more likely to murder any monsters she throws at sometimes.
True.
A sorcerer healer, interesting mix. Something else which I will warn you of, that I am starting new job on the 26th of November.
Ew.
So my hours will be normal, unlike what they currently are. It shouldn't really affect us. I might suggest if we try and start slightly earlier than 8, just so we don't have too short a session, but it shouldn't really affect us, considering the fact that only rarely do we sort of go on to midnight, and with Sophie, we tend to avoid going too far past that anyway.
That's true.
That's fair.
So it shouldn't really affect us, but it's just a heads up.
Thank you.
I might be slightly more knackered from during those sessions, but
Probably. That's okay. Well,
it's the
thank you for
Thursday
the
ones which might
session.
have to change because
Thank
of the timings
you.
of it. No worries. I hope you enjoyed.
It was good fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for not killing Ava.
Thank you for not killing me.
Thanks for not killing me.